What is an EAP action plan? Well, essentially it's a formal document that specifies pre-planned actions based on property damage and loss of life. So this is essentially, that's kind of your focus point. Where does information need to be and who needs to know it based on what is happening? Now the question is, how do you connect those dots? And that's the critical component to make this as simple as possible. Keep it simple, but make this simple, but also make it usable to different situations that can come up, which is real huge. Secondly, obviously, it specifies the actions of what the dam owner should do. Also, it also has procedures and information to assist the dam owner. In other words, it's real easy to get in a pickle and not quite sure what your next move is. This will help mitigate that and also give you a game plan to kind of look at and see. When a person gets a phone call of an emergency, which in the past, my past jobs, one time when I was working for Flintco back in the 80s, I got a phone call where the shopping mall was flooding. And the way it was described to me, it was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. Here I am at home, responsible for this in Tulsa. This is in Dallas. I'm at home, and I'm responsible for this, and I was not prepared to deal with that emergency. So what I did was I just stayed there and stared at the phone for about 5 minutes. What should I do? I got a phone number of the roofer. There was a huge roof leak and all that. Anyway, I called the roofer. Of course, he wasn't there at 11 o'clock on a Friday night. So here I am. So what do? And I stood there and I was kind of shaking, and I could visualize all this damage going on and all this merchandise, possibly up to millions of dollars damage. And here I'm just sitting here helpless. I was not prepared. So that's one thing I see where this is real critical, to let police and fire understand what's there, what's the risk, what can happen. And if you describe and delineate some of the situations, it'll be definitely make the whole emergency process a lot smoother. Anyway, that's just a little sidebar there. Obviously,